Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm Angela.
And we're here with you again this week, going over our new updates and trending petitions.
So many of you have been following the story of baby Liberty, the little girl in Florida whose adoptive parents were fighting to regain custody after custody was mistakenly signed away to someone who had active warrants for domestic violence. It's a sad story, but we're finally coming to the end.
And we had mentioned it a week or two ago that there was some proceedings, and the judge has finally come down with a motion to get baby Liberty home.
Yes, so we have been in touch with Ginger, who is Liberty's adoptive mother, and she says that there are still some procedural hoops to jump through, for lack of a better term, but this process has been set in motion, and she's very much looking forward to having her daughter, baby Liberty, back at home.
It's a great update for sure. And after that, let's get into some of our state petitions. We're going to start with an hidden energy tax in New York.
Right, so New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has unilaterally decided to initiate something that he calls a clean energy mandate. You might also see it referred to as a clean energy standard. So what it means is that it's effectively a bailout of a company that's not even located in New York.
This is going to raise $7.6 billion to bail out this aging nuclear company.
Exactly, and that company is based in Chicago. So the reason it's called a hidden tax is because this isn't a tax that was publicized, that was voted on. It's just something that is going to be snuck into New Yorkers' energy bills, making one of the most expensive places to live in this country even more expensive.
This is going to be going into effect in April 1st, which is right around the corner. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through March.
Wow.
So if you're in New York and want this tax repealed, there is a link pinned to the top of the comments with all of the petitions we're going over. That very first link is the petition you want to sign to stop this.
Absolutely. Thank you for posting those links. Let's get started on another one. This is back in Florida that has to do with a state Senate bill that is, it's being proposed, and it would legalize large-scale gambling in casinos throughout the state.
Many Floridians are concerned about this because tourism is such a huge part of the Florida economy. Tourists bring in $6.7 billion every year.
That's a lot of money, and that's why people are concerned that the expansion of casino gambling could create a lot of problems for Florida's brand. Florida is the Sunshine State. We think of theme parks and beaches and things that are very family-friendly. So opponents of this bill, Senate Bill 8, are very concerned about the impact that casino gambling would have on the state's image.
For sure. This fight has been going on for some time, and this bill, if the legislators in Tallahassee chose to sign it, would essentially override multiple votes that Floridians have voted on.
Absolutely. The state of Florida has had votes on this 3 times since 1978, and each time Florida voters have decided that they don't want to expand casino gambling. So this petition is about making those voices heard to the lawmakers in Tallahassee and Florida state capitol, and making sure that even if the people don't get to vote on this proposal, that they still have a say.
So definitely check out that petition. It is going to be the second link in our pinned comment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This brings us to our next topic, which is at the national level, but it comes to us from a petitioner out in Arizona. This is something at the EPA that's called sue and settle.
This is when a company sues the government, but the government is already in collusion with it. So this is going to kind of complicated. Angela has a better explanation for it.
Yeah, this definitely took me a minute to understand, because what it is that a company and the government, in this case the EPA, decide to effectively get together and decide the outcome of a court case before it goes to trial or is settled. That's why it's called sue and settle, because the government effectively throws a match. They go into the case anticipating and expecting and planning to lose, and that means that the company gets a huge payout from the EPA, and any money that comes from the EPA comes from taxpayer dollars. Absolutely. President Obama left the EPA in quite a pickle, if you want to pick up there.
Sure. He left the EPA with $126 billion in unfunded mandates. This petitioner is concerned about where the government will find that money and if it will be spent wisely, which I think is a valid concern that many of you guys have on so many other things.
Absolutely. So these Obama-era requirements aren't really well publicized, but what they effectively mean is that Obama is telling states how to spend their money, even though he's out of office. He's left behind these unfunded mandates. And, this petitioner and many others are concerned that that money should be spent properly and not spent on things, as the EPA has been shown to do in the past, that don't ultimately benefit citizens and the environment.
We posted this petition earlier today, and we had some really interesting insight on it. Ron posted just a general thing about the EPA and their overreach. When a farmer or rancher can't use his land because of a purple frog that is supposedly endangered lives there, and I feel like that can be applied to any type of endangered species.
Right.
This happens all the time.
Could be anything.
It's time to rein these people in. He says he's an animal lover. However, the fact that they are endangered is proof that they maybe cannot flourish to begin with. If an EPA rep has in fact seen the endangered species, they should trap it and take it to a less hostile environment. If they are only speculating that an endangered species lives there, they are interfering with a person's right to make a living. And I think that's a really concise and good way to talk about the EPA in general.
Absolutely. That's a really interesting perspective. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you to our commenter if you are watching. As we sort of talk about the feedback that we get on these petitions, I think we've got a few Facebook comments. If you want to go over those, we're always monitoring when you guys write in, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say.
For sure. So Kevin was saying, and I think this is in regards to when we were talking about the New York petition earlier, that this hidden energy tax to bail out a nuclear plant is robbing the people, which I think, anytime taxpayers are bailing out something that they don't want is a great way of viewing that for sure.
Absolutely.
And then Sharon was just telling us she is here from Alabama.
Hello, Sharon. We hope your weather is warmer than ours. We are still under a little bit of snow today, but thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in. All right, any more comments?
That is all today.
All right, well, we do have one more thing to add about a couple of petition deliveries that we want to keep you updated on. The first of those is being delivered to the NFL. It's a petition signed by well over 10,000 people that asks the NFL to require all their players to stand for the national anthem. So we printed that out, packed it up. If you are one of the many thousands of people who signed, your signature is currently en route to the NFL as they prepare for the league's national meeting that comes up later this month.
And definitely keep an eye out as we keep you posted more regular on how we are delivering these petitions. We're always looking for fun and unique ways to deliver the petitions. We had thought about sending like little footballs, and we always put a lot of creative thought behind this. So keep an eye out for us on how we're delivering your petitions, just so you know that these petitions are getting to the person that you're signing for.
Exactly. And if we have any Ivanka Trump fans out there who are watching, we've also delivered that petition to Macy's, to their headquarters out in Ohio this week. There were close to 7,000 signatures asking Macy's not to cave to political pressure and to keep selling Ivanka Trump merchandise. So far they have. So this was a fun delivery to make, to say thank you for doing this. Our petitioners are very glad that you've heard their voices. And we always ask for the petition target to respond. So as those responses come in, stay tuned, and we look forward to keeping you informed.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We were going to try to see the cherry blossoms tomorrow. Don't think that's going to happen because of the snowstorm.
Right.
So we're sorry. But we will keep you updated on other on-location shoots coming up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.